Hello, welcome back. I am taking a lunch break and I thought I would do a live video with you guys. So welcome if you show up. I am turning the volume down on all my devices. There we go. So I figured I'd come on here, do a little live video. And after lunch, I am crocheting. And I will show you what I'm crocheting in a minute. But first, you guys want to know what we're doing for lunch? Whoops, I opened it upside down. I picked this up. This is in my last Dollar Tree haul. One of these chicken sandwiches. So I warmed that up. And then halfway through, I put on some of these Dilly snaps. I get these from the Dollar Tree also. And I'm hoping it tastes kind of like a McDonald's chicken sandwich. So we'll see. These are good. These are super good. And I'll show you what I'm making. So let's take a bite. It's a little warm. Let me show you guys what we're making. This is a cover-up. Not this color. This one's sold. I have no more left, as a matter of fact. I will show you. Here's another flat view of it. There's the back. It has a button, or you could actually use that as the front. Fringe. There's a close-up. They are made out of granny squares. Fringe. There we go. And I will show you what we will be making afterwards. Here's our next item. This is also made out of granny squares. Can you see that? There we go. Those are granny squares. A swirl. That's the back. Flat. I've made a few of these ones as well. So those are my intentions. So, take another bite. Cannot forget to eat. Also, I hauled in my last Dollar Tree. I'm trying not to drink Dr. Pepper because I'm trying to stay under the 2,000 calorie mark. So I'm going to try this sparkling water. Sparkling ice, black raspberry, 0 sugar with vitamins and antioxidants. And you can hear Lagerfeld already trying to be the star of the show. She wants some attention for something. Let's take a bite. Don't forget to get pickle. I have a fork for my pickles. Let's test this. Oh no, this is sparkling, so it's probably going to go. Shouldn't have done that. Do you want to go outside? You gotta go outside. This is what happens when we go live. Take another bite, and I'll see if I can get her to go outside for a minute. Come on. Go outside. Come on. No? Well, yes. I don't know what her problem is. So I've been working all morning on Poshmark stuff. Holy cow. You guys, the calories. Ooh, doggy. 390 calories. Wow. 14 grams of protein. But you guys, these little fast bites from Dollar Tree, these are actually pretty good, especially if you add on these pickles. They have the spicy ones. Oh my gosh, it'd be like a hot and spicy, right? On McDonald's hot and spicy. This is really good. I'm very surprised it does not taste like cardboard. It's yummy. Okay. So I'm going to get myself some more of these. I'm happy with them. I'm going to take another bite, and then I'm going to have a drink of my sparkling ice, and we'll see how that tastes. Okay, here we go. Black raspberry. That's actually pretty good. It has a little bit of a sugar-free aftertaste. You know, no sugar, zero sugar aftertaste. What is in it? Black raspberry flavored sparkling water. Ingredients: carbonated water, natural flavors. What is in there for that? It must be the natural flavors. What? It's not Dr. Pepper, but I will drink it. I'm going to show you the colors I've been working on. These cover-ups require 7 granny squares apiece. And you can go a hook size larger. The ones I'm making are like a one size fits most. But you can go a hook size larger and make them extra large to XXL. And you can also add another round on the very end. I'll show you all that. But I want to show you the colors I've been working on, and I'm going to take a bite. Yellow. So I have 7 of these already made. I love that little wagon wheel. I really don't know what the pattern is called, but I just think it's super pretty. And it's a cover. You know, throw over top of your bathing suit, throw over top of a sundress. You could line it if you wanted to. And here is the next color I'm working on. I love this color too. It is so pretty. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these squares already made. 1 started. So I need 7. So I'm going to need 3 more. 5, 6, yeah, 3 more. And then I have chose a blue to use. So I'm going to make a bunch of squares, and then I'm going to sew them together. Take a bite of lunch, don't forget. And a pickle. You guys, don't forget to try the spicy ones, the hot and spicy, and the sweet and sassy. They are so good, so good. We should probably get to crocheting, huh? All right. Let me show you what we are doing. Move my yarn over here. I generally have it in a bag. I have a bag right here. But I'm going to set this right up here. And since it's pulling out the end and it's not in a ball, I don't have to worry about it rolling around until it gets smaller. Let me get my directions. Let me find my page. I always have a pen. Always have a pen, you guys. So this is called a boho tank top. Here's my pattern. And I've made so many of them that I've gone through and used white out. Anyways. So it requires 7 granny squares. Let me find the end right here. I am using a 4-ply yarn. And it is an H hook. Which is also, my glasses can see. Oh my gosh. You guys. This is bad. I try not to wear these ones because they put a huge glare on the screen. Size 8 or an H. This is one of my grandma's hooks. It is so well used. So well loved. Okay, so we start off with chain 7. Everybody starts their slip knot different. So 7. And then we are going to slip stitch into the first chain. Chain 4. We're going to do a double crochet, chain 1 in the circle we just made with our chain 7. We're going to do a double crochet, chain 1. For the count of, we're going to have 12 double crochets and 12 spaces when we get back to the beginning. And I crochet the tail in as much as I can. All the way to the end. And all the way to the end. All the way to the other side of your circle. And then count. It's always a good idea to count back. So, 1, 9. I only have 9. 10, 11, 12. Now, if you want to go back through and count again, go ahead. You're going to slip stitch to the 3rd chain of your first chain 4. So slip stitch there because you want that space. Now, you can just move it around a little so that they're not all bunched up. There you go. You have yourself a cute little center of your wagon wheel. Okay, so now chain 3 is going to be your first double crochet. And we are going to put 2 double crochets in our chain 1 space. So 2 double crochets next. Then we're going to double crochet, 1 double crochet, the next double crochet. They're going to crochet, double crochet on top. Oops, sorry. So we have our chain 3, our 2 double crochets in our chain 1 space, and then a double crochet on top. Sorry, double crochet on top of a double crochet. Chain 2 space, sorry, chain 1 space. There's that glare. Chain 1 space, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet on top of the other one. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around to the beginning. The next one is 2 double crochets, and 1 all the way to the other side. So I would love to see what everybody's project is. I am still in the process of making my second Bohippian pixie duster. But sometimes you need a break and you have to work on something else. Yeah, I'm that way. Are you that way? So yeah, I would love to see what you guys are working on. You know, drop a picture in the comments. You're fine. Go get your rawhide. Go get your chew. Your choo-choo. That's not a train. Go get your chew-joy. These granny squares go fairly fast. There are not a lot of rounds in them. In fact, there are 6 rounds. And if you prefer each one to be slightly larger, you can put a 7th round in. I know I feel bad we have not been able to work out together. But you guys, I hope you're still working out. You're not giving up. You found your raw. Okay. Do you want to take it outside? Okay, I'm coming. I'll be right back. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Oh, you're so baby. Yeah, she's right there. She's like, no, it's nasty outside, Mom. It's snowy and muddy. So she didn't want to go out. She just wants to be talked to and noticed, that's all. So we're getting close to the end. 2 double crochets and you chain 1 space. 1 double crochet in the next stitch. We're going to slip stitch. Let me get rid of this pop-up. I know you guys can't see it, but I can. Whoops. I need 2 more. Don't forget that last chain space. Otherwise, you're not going to have enough double crochets for your next round. So we're going to slip stitch into the top of that, chain 3, in the top of the slip stitch in the 3rd chain of the chain 3. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first triple stitch. We're going to do 3 triple a cluster. Oh my goodness, I'm tripping over my own tongue. 3 triple crochet cluster. Hopefully I got that out right. Now, so chain 4, 1, and you're going to wrap your hook twice. In the next stitch, which is a double crochet, you are going to do not complete a full triple crochet. You're going to leave the very last part of your stitch unfinished. So you will have 2 loops on your hook. Wrap your hook twice again because you're doing a triple. Go into your next stitch. Only go through 2 of them. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Now we're going to complete it. Pull through all 3. That is a triple crochet cluster. 3 triple crochet cluster. Now we have to I think chain 4. Let me see. Chain 4, triple crochet cluster over the next 2. Chain 4. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A triple crochet cluster over the next 3 stitches. So we're not completing the last portion of a triple stitch until the very end to form the cluster. And again, chain 4. And this is our cluster. Oh, look, it could be little rabbit ears. But no, these are our clusters. And we are going to make these clusters all the way around, and we should have 12 of them. So if you are faster than me, I'll meet you at... Oops, I'm trying to do a double. I'll meet you at the end. I wished I knew what color this was. It's very pretty. It is a pinkish color, but it's pretty. It's very spring-like for spring, Easter. I like this granny square. Like I said, it works fast. You only need 7 of them. It's open and airy. So perfect to cover up. Perfect addition, too, to any dress, skirt, layer look. I'm just jibber-jabbering. We are not going to be on here long because I do have some shipping I have to get done today. A couple of eBay purchases going out. Everybody, what's today? It is Friday, you guys. Everybody's going to have a super good weekend. I just know it. I can feel it. Although we are getting some snow right now. We're getting hit with snow again. Of course, it's almost standard every year for us to have snow on April Fool's Day. So keep going. Don't give up. And yes, the craft, aka, well, exercise room, aka craft room, is getting cleaned up slowly but surely. My DIYs are getting finished. And we will have that room back for exercise time. I miss doing that with you guys. Okay, if by some chance you made a mistake, and it happens all the time, and you don't have 3 double crochets left, 1, 2, 3, it's perfectly fine. Just because you just act. Put 2. You need 3. You need all of them because we need to make another cluster. We need 12 clusters. But you can just fake it. Fake it till you make it. Really, honestly, it's okay. And nobody is going to see that you put an extra cluster stitch somewhere. They're not even going to know. And that's 1. Chain 4. We're going to slip stitch in the top of that first. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I did that right. Join with the slip stitch in the top of chain 4. So not the cluster, it's the chain 4. Slip stitch Now what do we do? Chain 5. Slip stitch in the bottom of your chain 5. So you're going to slip stitch in the very first chain. So we're going to form a little loop. A little bobble. Let me pull that out. I'll show you. Don't mind my little stitch loop. Yeah, we just formed that little tiny. Okay. Slip stitch. You guys, what happened? I got twisted. That's okay. If it gets twisted and you make a mistake, you can pull it out and redo it. It's super easy. There, better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 5. And we're going to slip stitch into that chain space. And then again, we're going to chain 5. 1. Slip stitch the next space. Chain 5. Slip stitch. Chain 5. Now we are going to form another corner. And we need 3 chain 5s in between. So slip stitch at the base to form that little loop. Chain 5. And then continue slip stitch into the next space. Chain 5, slip stitch. Slip stitch. We are at the point where we are going to, again, slip stitch into the base of our chain 5 to form another corner. Chain 5. Slip stitch into your next chain space. Chain 5. Slip stitch, next space, chain 5. Whoopsies. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch, chain 5. This should be our corner. So slip stitch into the base, chain 5. Coming around to the very first one, getting close. So slip stitch the next space, chain 5, slip stitch. Hold on. What do you want? You want to say hi? Oh my goodness. I think she just wants to say hi to everybody. I know it. I know it. You're just fine. You say hi to everybody while I take a drink. You're a good girl. I know you are. She just wants to say hi to you guys. Although that rawhide does not smell all that good. I know. I love you too, princess. Yeah. No. You cannot have that. Nice try. Okay, get down. Go get your rawhide. Get down. Down. Good girl. Okay, so we are back at the beginning of our very first loop that we made. So we have a chain 5 where we would normally slip stitch into this space. We are going to slip stitch into the base of that loop. So slip stitch in there, snug it up. Now we are going to slip stitch into the loop. That little hole that we made, we're going to slip stitch in there. Chain 5. Oops, I fell out. I fell out of it. Hold on. Now, again, we're going to slip stitch to the very first stitch of that. So we're going to slip stitch into the base of that. So now we have a loop on top of a loop. We're going to chain 5. And now we are going to slip stitch, chain 5 space. All right, let me let her out in chain 5 until you get over to your next corner, and I will be right back. Let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on. Well, you guys, I'm really not sure what she wants, but she's trying my patience. Go lay down. There we go. So we're going to do the chain 5 slip stitch all the way over to the next loop. So we have 3 chain 5 spaces, chain 5, and we're going to slip stitch into the base of that loop. Now we have 4 chain 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch into your loop, just like you did in the other one. Chain 5, we're going to do loop on loop. Slip stitch into the base. Chain 5. And this is what you have so far. A loop on loop is our very first one. 4 chain 5 spaces. And another loop on loop. Chain 5. And we are going to slip stitch and make 4 chain 5 spaces. All the way over to your next loop. Where you will slip stitch into the base. Then again into the loop itself. Chain 5. Slip stitch into that first chain 5. Continue pattern over to the next loop. When you got there, slip stitch into the base. Oopsies. Again into your loop. I think it looks better. Chain 5. Slip stitch the base. Chain 5. All the way over to your next loop. Your last chain 5, you are going to slip stitch into the top loop, the base of the top loop. Slip stitch. Again, slip stitch into the top loop. Chain 3. This is our corner. That chain 3 is our first double crochet. We're going to form another double crochet. Chain 3. 2 more double crochets in the same space. There. So our corner, we have 4 corners. Kind of hard to see right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each corner is going to have 2 double crochets, chain 3 space, 2 double crochets. Every chain 5 space is going to have 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all the way over to the next corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. This is all in that first chain 5 space. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, next chain 5 space. And repeat that pattern to your corner. This is a super fast granny square. Super easy summertime blouse cover up. Okay, so now we are at our next corner. We are going to 2 double crochets in that loop. Beginning of our corner. Chain 3. 2 more double crochets. And this is what it's starting to look at. Light. That is the top. Here's a corner. Here's a corner. Now we're going to continue the pattern. Every chain 5 space, again, is going to have 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Every chain 5 space. Next space, same stitches. Continue this pattern all the way over to your corner. Oops, chain 1, forgot that. We need that. In your corner, 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. Yeah, I just don't know what to do, you guys. I've asked and asked and asked. I don't know how many times. Just going to be a difficult kind of a day with her. Getting close to our next corner. Here's my last chain 5 space before I get to my corner. And again, in my corner, I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. Now I'm on my last side. I'll get to my corner, continue same pattern, 2, 1, so 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same chain 5 space. The wind is picking up like crazy, guys. Putting a horrible glare on the screen, I know. I generally do my crocheting in the evening when we're sitting around watching TV for the night. We're done for the night. It's best time. Calm down, relax, unwind from the day. All right, we are back to the very beginning. Slip stitch. Slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. Should have 80 double crochets, so the pattern says. Now, you guys, for the size that I'm doing, this is a perfect granny square. And like I said, the pattern requires 7 of them. If you want to continue and make this a little bit larger, you will go to round 7 and you're going to do a chain 2, half double crochet each stitch across, all the way across. So you get to your corner, and then every corner will have 2 half double crochets, chain 1, 2 half double crochets. Half double crochet every stitch over to your next corner, 2 halves, 1 chain, 2 halves, and complete. Same pattern. But if this is large enough, because this is a one size fits most, we're going to cut and tie. I always chain 1, and my scissors are gone. Let's grab them. Going on. I show this shirt. Ooh, I have hiccups. I show this shirt off every time I wear it. I love it. Stephen King. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Stephen King, you are the best. How can you not love Pennywise? What did I do? Oh my gosh, you guys, I have hiccups. I'm sorry. I don't know. No idea where they came from. Chain 1. Give yourself a nice long tail, because you're going to weave it in and hide it later. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 2 more. Oh my gosh, I wonder if I can get them done. And then our next step will work together in our next video, which will be sewing them together. So chain 7. Slip stitch to the first one. Chain 4. Now we're going to double crochet chain 1 12 times in the loop we made. I like to crochet the tail in. Then I can, cut and hide it so much better. Again, we want 12 double crochets, 12 chain 1 spaces. And we will count them just to make sure. One more. I only have 11 spaces. Then we are going to slip stitch into the third chain of our chain 4, beginning chain 4. There. Just adjust, move things around if need be. Let me think. What are we going to do? Chain 3. This is our first double crochet. In our next chain space, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 in the next space, 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the space, 1 in the stitch. Repeat pattern all the way around. And of course, the more you do it, the faster the granny square works. And it is a simple pattern. I feel it's super simple. If you mess up, just pull it out and redo it. Oh, goodness gracious. So after I get 7 of these fuchsia colored ones complete, I'm going to make 7 of the blue ones. That way when we do our next video together, our next crochet video together, I'll have multiple ones to sew together. I'll have the yellow top to sew, the pink top to sew, and the blue top. And hopefully get a few of them completed together. So again, 2 double crochets in your chain space, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. 2, when you get to the end, you should have a chain space, 2 double crochets, and slip stitch into the chain 3 space. Third chain of your chain 3. Now, chain 4. We are going to do our triple crochet clusters. Oh my goodness. So, wrap your hook twice, Next stitch, you start your triples, leaving 2 hooks on, or 2 loops on your hook. Wrap it twice. 3 loops, go through all of them. Chain 4. There's your first chain. There's your first triple crochet cluster. Chain 4. Work your next cluster over the next 3 stitches. We will have 12 triple crochet clusters when we're done. Chain 4. So I never know if you guys want me to do a crochet video, live video. You prefer we did a workout live video. Yeah, I just never, maybe a reading video live. You guys are going to have to let me know which ones you prefer. And I will try to, I'll do my best to get them out to you. Getting these triple crochet clusters completed. I think a triple is probably one of my favorite stitches. You guys, I purchased a beautiful crochet pattern yesterday. Once I get everything ready, I don't even want to tell you guys what it is yet, or show you a picture or anything, because I have so many other projects I have to finish first that are started. But as soon as I get them finished, which really will not be long, a couple weeks I'm hoping, if that long, and then I will show you my surprise when I have all my supplies together. We're getting close to the other side, to the end. Just a few more clusters to go. Last cluster, chain 4, slip stitch into the 4th chain of your chain 4, and your project should look something like this. We will chain 5, and this is the start of our corners. Slip stitch into the base of that chain 5. So slip stitch the first chain, chain 5, slip stitch into that next chain 5 space, chain 5, slip stitch next space, chain 5. Until we have 3 loops, chain 5. This makes our next corner. Slip stitch into the base, which is slip stitching your very first chain 1, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In case you want to see again, you're just making these little loops, a chain 5 loop. You're going to chain 5 and slip stitch back into your first one. Chain 5, making your way over to your next space. Forming your next corner, chain 5, in between each corner loop, again, in case I didn't say it last time, because it's quite possible I did not, we are going to have 3 chain 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, and then another corner. Corner. 1, 2, 3. Corner. Corner. All the way over. So continue in that form, in that pattern. And then making the next corner, chain 5, slip stitch into the first chain, and it forms a loop. Chain 5. Repeat pattern all the way to the next side. When you get to your last chain 5 before your loop, we are not going to slip stitch that space. We are instead going to slip stitch into our base of our loop. So slip stitch that base, snug it up, because sometimes your yarn gets a little loose. Slip stitch into the loop. So into that little loop, that little hole we made right there, we're going to slip stitch in it, chain 5, make another loop. So we are going to have loop on top of loop, and that is a corner. Chain 5, slip stitch your next space, chain 5, slip stitch next space, slip stitch, chain 5. This row has 4 chain 5 spaces. Slip stitch into your base, the base of your loop, and then again into the loop. You can slip stitch directly into the loop if you prefer. I like the way it looks crisp and neater this way. Your choice. Chain 5. Making another loop. Chain 5. Over to our other corner, slip stitch in the base, if you can find it. It's there somewhere. And then again, the loop, chain 5, form your loop, chain 5. Slip stitch your space, chain 5, slip stitch, all the way over to your next corner. Slip stitching that loop, chain 5. It's okay if you end up getting a chain 6, a chain 4. Don't sweat it. It is okay. Nobody's going to notice that extra stitch or that missing stitch. Nobody's going to know. Back over to our very beginning now. Instead of slip stitching into the base of that first one, I'm going to slip stitch into the base of the second loop, which is the top loop. And again into the loop itself, chain 3 is our first double crochet. This is our corner, so we're going to have 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 more double crochets in the same space, same loop. Hold on, I messed up. My threads split. So our corner has 1 more double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochet. Onto our spaces, which has 2 double crochets, a chain 1, 2 double crochet. Each chain 5 space is that way. Double, double, chain 1, double crochet, double crochet. Next space, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. This is the last round of this granny square. And again, you guys can always play this over, pause it if you have trouble with your granny square. If you are at the corner, do not forget to chain 3. It's different than our other spots where they're just a chain 1. So again, you're going to need 7 of these. Get creative. You don't have to use the same color. Oh my gosh, I would love to. Oh, can you imagine a very colorful one? Yeah. Or, you know, keep them all one color like me. What am I doing? One more. Make sure I have one. I start talking and forget what I'm doing. At the next corner, so again, 2 double crochets, chain 3. It sounds like a broken record. 2 double crochets, same loop, and on to your next chain space, chain 5 space, I should say. That's why we're doing 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. They are it is, you add them together, there are 5 stitches, which we need to cover up our chain 5 space. Getting super close to the next corner. It's so cute. I love these. I know I've been saying it, every single one. I'm at my corner. So I'll make sure I add my extra chains. And then continue the next side. You guys, I cannot get my webcam to download at all. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Pretty sure this footage would be so much better if I could figure that darn webcam out. Not quite sure why it's not installing. I'm going to have somebody come look at it, I guess. One of the kids figure it out for me. All right, you guys, so I'm back to the very beginning. I'm doing my last double crochet in my chain 5 space. And I'm going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. I'm going to put a chain 1, a single chain, a chain 1 so I can lock and knot it off. Give myself a tail, pull it through, tighten it up. And it just knots it in place. It is not going anywhere. Nah. So we have 6, 2, 4, 6. Do we have time to do another one? We've been on here for an hour. Do you want me to do one more? Or do the 7th one? We will do the 7th one. So let's make our slip now. You know the drill, chain 7. Slip stitch your first chain to form that circle. Circle. Chain 4. Double crochet, chain 1, 12 times in the circle you just created. Again, I crocheted the tail in. You do not have to. It's totally up to you. I hope everybody has good, fun family plans for the weekend. Not really sure what we are doing this weekend. I have to count. We need 12 spaces and 12 double crochets. 11, I need one more. Slip stitch 3rd chain of your chain 4 and chain 3. It's your first double crochet. We are at the spot we are doing 2 double crochets in that chain space. 1 double crochet the next stitch, 2 the space, 1 the next stitch. Oops, let me turn it this way. So, I know it's backwards for you guys. So, the chain 1 space, we're going to put 2 double crochets. And then this next double crochet, we're going to put 1 double crochet. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around until you get back to the beginning. This is our 7th and last granny square. I hope you guys make more multiples so that when we sew them together, you will have a couple of them completed. You can have one for yourself and one to give away. Again, I am using a 4-ply worsted weight yarn. 4-ply any yarn, I'm sure, is just fine. An H hook for a standard one size fits most. And this is light, loose, and flowing. An I hook will make large, extra large. K hook makes extra, extra large. If you want it a little bit smaller, you can use a G hook. It'll make your granny square a little tighter, and you'll have a smaller square. We are getting close to coming around to the beginning, you guys. Caution, you don't forget your double crochet stitch. Super easy to skip it. The 2-1-2-1 pattern. And 2. Slip stitch your third chain of your chain 3. I dropped it. Get everything in place, move them around a little. Chain 4. We are going to start our triples, our triple crochet clusters. So we're going to triple crochet cluster over the next 2 stitches because we already did a chain 4. Chain 4. Now we are going to triple crochet cluster over the next 3. So each cluster will have 3 stitches, 3 triples. With a chain 4 in between. We will end up with 12 triple crochet clusters. I know I've been saying it the whole time, but make sure you guys know what we're doing. These summer tops, Bohippian blouses, are a hit. People love them. I've sold every one I've made. I was going to say I think this is one of my best sellers, but you guys, I think it's just the fact that they're homemade and they're summery and Bohippian. I think that's what people like. I don't think it matters. I don't think there's a favorite. Oh my gosh, take a drink. Oh, break time. After this square, I'm going to end this video because I have some shipping to do for eBay I mentioned earlier. And it is already 2 o'clock, 10 after, actually. But we will finish this granny square together. And then I'll get my shipping done. Chain 4 in between. Just a couple more clusters and we will be back to the beginning. This should be my last one. Yep. Don't forget you are doing a triple, so you wrap it twice. Chain 4, slip stitch 4th chain of your first chain 4. Now we're going to start making our corners. So chain 5, we're going to make that loop. So slip stitch into your base, which would be your first chain 1. Oh, chain 5. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see I finished my DIY up there. I don't want to change my camera angle because it'll mess it up. When you get 3 chain 5 spaces is when you form your next corner. And then continue with your chain 5 spaces. Your next corner. Chain 5, slip stitch at the base, forms your loop. And when this video uploads and I can edit it, I will have the closed caption on it. I'm not sure if it's on. I'm not sure if it's going to be on there when it uploads. I try to do all of that at the very beginning of our video, but sometimes it takes a while for the closed caption to get on there. I believe I'm on my last side, coming around to our first loop that we made. Now, instead of slip stitching into that chain 5 space like we normally would, like we did all the way around, because we are at the very beginning, we are going to slip stitch into the base of our first loop. And that finishes that round off. Now we're going to slip stitch into the loop, chain 5, form another loop. We're going to have loop on loop. That's our corner. Continue in the same manner. All the way to your next corner. This round we are going to have 4 chain 5 spaces in between our corners. And when you get to that point, slip stitch into the base of your first corner, chain 5, form your next loop. Sometimes that hook just doesn't want to grab the yarn. Coming up to my corner. Chain 5. Slip stitch into the first chain. Forms that loop. Forms that loop. Sorry. When we get around, where are we at? No, we still have another side to do. Wasn't quite as far as I thought. I'm dropping my yarn. Now don't forget, when you get back to your beginning loop, your second beginning loop, 1, 2, 3, we are going to slip stitch into the base of the top loop, remember. Not the bottom loop, because this is the end of our next round. Slip stitch into that base, and that round 5, is complete. Slip stitch into that top loop, chain 3. That is our first double crochet. We're going to form another crochet, double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochets, and I'll show you again. That is our first corner. And this is our last round. Chain 5 space. We're doing, and remember, it'll equal 5, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets. That equals 5. I'm going to, oh, oops. Wow, you guys, trying to be speedy and I'm making mistakes left and right. So slow down, not a race. Back to my next corner. So it'll be 2 double crochets, chain 3 space, 2 more double crochets. Form that corner. On to the next side. Double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and that chain 5 space. Whoops, forgot my chain 1. So you guys see, it is very, very easy to skip a stitch or add an extra one. No big deal. Guaranteed everybody does it. At my corner, so I will have my chain 3 in between my doubles. Now on to the side. Oh, I'm excited. This is my last granny square for this color shirt top. And again, it's one of my favorite patterns. Oh, not only that, you guys, granny squares, you can make a large granny square, turn it triangle, not triangle, turn it diamonds wise, and put some ties on it, and you have a beautiful halter top. And people love them. They wash easy, dry super fast, and they're comfortable. All right, I'm at my next corner. Squish it in there. Find that opening. 2 doubles, 3 chains, 2 more doubles. I know, I sound like a broken record, but just going to finish up the pattern, finish up the square. Almost to the end, you guys. Don't mess up now, Tracy. And when you do get back to your very first double crochet, slip stitch into that 3rd chain of your first chain 3. Chain 1, so you can knot it off. Give yourself a tail and cut. Hold it. Snug her up. And now we have 7. Woohoo, I'm so excited. So this is shirt number 2. Like I said, get creative. Maybe you want to do a pink square, a white square. Like I said, you need 7. So maybe you do 4 of one color, 3 of another. Or maybe you want to get super creative and make each square colorful. Oh my gosh. The options are endless. There's so many ideas you can do with this. So, shirt number 2. I can't wait to show you the next step, you guys. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I am going to start 7 more with blue. And I have a bag right here because this is a ball and I don't want it to get my hair or my pet's hair, my girls. They don't need their hair crocheted in it either. So I just stick it in a bag and it'll stay nice and clean the whole time. Oh, wait a minute. If I get it over there. There we go. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like this type of content. I'm just putting up viewing hours, and hopefully somebody will send me an email, leave me a comment to let me know what you really would prefer to see. Do you want more readings? Would you prefer my live videos were back to working out? I will find a spot for us to work out again. I just have to find it. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. So we've been on here for an hour and a half, and I'm going to end this video. You guys have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you next week.